The Capitol chamber was unusually restless that day, cameras flashing, whispers ricocheting off the marble walls. Every eye was fixed on the exchange between Senator John Kennedy and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The moment felt electric, like a storm building in silence before the lightning struck. Kennedy had just finished recounting a piece of his personal past, an experience he never paraded for political gain, but one that had shaped his grit, his sense of responsibility, and his unshakable loyalty to the people he served. And then it happened. AOC leaned back, smirked, and let out a laugh that carried across the chamber, sharp and dismissive. The sound cut deep, not just to Kennedy, but to every listener who knew his history. This was not laughter at a policy disagreement. This was not humor at a witty remark. This was mockery aimed at scars earned through hardship. Kennedy's eyes narrowed, not in anger but in focus. He leaned forward, voice steady, carrying the weight of conviction. "Congresswoman," he said with calm precision, "you have 3 seconds to apologize." 1, 2. The room froze. AOC's confident grin faltered. Everyone knew Kennedy was not a man who bluffed. Behind his drawl and folksy metaphors was a man whose past was marked by poverty, struggle, and a relentless climb against odds that would have crushed most. He had faced humiliation before, but he had never allowed it to define him. That was his story. That was his strength. And now, he was daring her, not with rage, but with quiet, unshakable truth, to recognize the line she had crossed. As those 3 seconds ticked by, the chamber seemed to hold its breath. AOC's eyes flickered, searching for a way out, yet the silence weighed heavier than any rebuttal. Kennedy's demand wasn't about pride. It was about respect for the sacrifices of anyone who had come from little and fought their way forward. At last, unable to escape the gravity of the moment, she muttered a half-hearted apology, but the damage was done. The laughter that once seemed so sharp now sounded hollow in the memory of everyone present. But Kennedy didn't gloat. He didn't humiliate. Instead, he turned the moment into a lesson, not just for her, but for the nation watching. "You don't laugh at someone's past," he said, his voice carrying like steel wrapped in velvet. "Because behind every scar is a story of survival. And survival deserves respect, no matter whose story it is." The chamber erupted in applause, not wild, partisan clapping, but a slow, deliberate acknowledgement of truth. Even those who often stood opposed to Kennedy's politics nodded. Because in that instant, it wasn't about party lines. It was about the shared human experience, the bruises of life that shaped everyone, regardless of ideology. In the days that followed, the moment spread like wildfire across the country. Clips of Kennedy's words went viral, replayed on every network, shared across social media, dissected in classrooms and